Hi everybody, Ronfrrll73 here, and this is a new series of videos that I'm starting called Ronfrrll73's Recommendations, where I talk about four lesser known horror films that are definitely deserving of a watch and are definitely recommended. Plague Town, and this is from Dark Sky Films. This is also available on Blu-ray, and Severin Films recently put out a Blu-ray edition of their own, which is only available on their website. And this is a pretty good movie about this small family on vacation in the Irish countryside, and they end up being stalked by this bunch of deformed children from this village, and it's a pretty good movie. There's this one scene that's unbelievable where the dad of the film gets partially decapitated, from his eyes, through like part of his head, which is unbelievable because you don't see a whole lot of blood, and this is definitely recommended. B.T.K, and this has got Kane Hodder in it, and I had rented this several years ago, and then shortly I got a used copy of this off of Amazon, and this is a pretty good movie about the B.T.K killer, and Kane Hodder does a pretty good job, and this is definitely better than that other one, which is the Hunt for the B.T.K killer, which I had, but I just lost interest in, so I gave it away. Body Bags. This is a 1993 anthology horror film from Showtime, and Scream Factory put this out a few years ago, and the stories are pretty good. Definitely reminds me of the Tales from the Crypt series, and John Carpenter's pretty good as this. At first, we think he's a morgue attendant, but he's just a corpse introducing these stories. He directed two of them, and Toby Hooper directed one. The first story is pretty good, very suspenseful about this new worker who starts this job at this gas station, not knowing that there's a killer on the loose, and it's got cameos from David Naughton and Wes Craven in it, and the second story with Stacy Keach called Hair is pretty good also. It does have a Tales from the Crypt influence, where he frets about losing his hair, so he goes to this clinic and he gets this long-haired look, and then pretty soon he starts growing strands of hair everywhere and from his face. And the last story called Eye with Mark Hamill, who loses his eye in a car accident, and he gets a transplant, and he starts becoming this killer, is pretty good also. And the ending has cameos with Tom Arnold and Toby Hooper as morgue attendants, and I definitely recommend this if you like horror anthologies. Death Ship from 1980, and this is a pretty good ghost type movie from with Richard Crenna and George Kennedy, and kind of like The Shining at sea, and the scenes are pretty scary. And I started with a bootleg copy of this from this website called Flesh Wound Video that I got several years ago, which is now out of business, and then was glad that a Blu-ray release finally came out. that's it for this video, and I will have more from my series, as well as some other videos in the future. Until then, this is Ronfrrll73 saying take care and see ya.